want to be very clear with this. I like Bronny James. What's not to like about Bronny James? I'm not the jealous type, although I used to get pissed when guys would start dating my neighbor Gretchen because, well, I had a crush on her and I felt a little twinge of jealousy there, so I'd go run around the block. You know what we do as little kids. Anyway, I'm not the jealous type. Never have been, never will be. But I do have to say, jealousy is somewhat ruling the day. If you don't like Bronny James, and my question to you is why? Why don't you like him? Because he's a boy of privilege, a young man of privilege, excuse me. He is a young man that, I don't know, has a dad who you like or you don't like. But I've said about his dad, man, here's the deal. His dad got every ounce of everything out of him. He did. And when I was a young boy, the number one thing that I tried to do is emulate guys that I thought got every ounce of what they had out of them. And that guy was a man named Bob Love. And I remember when Bob Love, I think it was Bob Love, he was my all-time favorite, but I think it was Bob Love, or maybe it was Jerry Sloan had a kid who I got to know. It was Jerry Sloan. Brian Sloan became my friend. But as a young boy, Bob Love, Norm Van Leer, Chet Walker, Clifford Ray, Tom Borwinkle, and the great Bob Love were my heroes. And I remember thinking how cool it would be to be the son of one of those Bulls. I ended up knowing the son of Jerry Sloan. And as an older adult in college, hey, we got along great and we're still great friends. But anyway, as the son growing up of LeBron James, I get it. We get mad. Well, it's kind of tough for LeBron James' son because what's he done wrong? Made a lot of money. NIL. Went to college. Had a heart thing. Went to college. Averaged 5. People say that's awful. It's not. It's a normal progression of good players. 5 as a freshman, whatever as a sophomore, and eventually you'll be all league and you'll see. But you're LeBron James' son, more is expected. LeBron James' son is a good player. He's not good enough to get drafted. He was at the Combine yesterday, and he measured out at 6'1" when every single team that he has been on has listed him as 6'4". There's a big difference in the NBA. You got to be a little point guard. Hell, if Carson Edwards couldn't make it the way he could shoot at 6'0", I don't know what to tell you. But NBA teams, according to Woj, listen to this, are considering drafting Bronny James for this reason. Nothing to do with talent, nothing to do with helping the team. It has to do with the financial impact Bronny James can have on their team, specifically their G League team. Now, I'm a fan of Woj, but I think Woj is full of shit here. I think Woj is just talking and pandering. Let me explain my position. Tyler Hansbrough had 4 years. He came in as a freshman, highly touted. He left as a senior, a national champ, player of the year. Goes to the Pacers. Not quite good enough. NBA's different. Goes up I-69 to Fort Wayne where the G League team is. Nobody went to see him. Well, he's not Bronny James' son. No, but he's had a marketing team, the marketing team of North Carolina, national champion, national TV, and nobody came to see him. Nobody bought jerseys. It's what I always say, the name on the front in college matters more than the name on the back. Same year he was playing in the G League, I had gone to the Final Four. North Carolina was in it, and I saw all kind of Hansborough jerseys. Didn't see one. Fort Wayne Mad Ants Hansborough jersey. Anyway, my point is, I don't give a damn who you are. You ain't making any kind of financial difference. They said, well, here's Woj. You can hear what he had to say.
Yeah, Bronny James is going to have an impact for organizations, not just on the basketball side, but potentially on the business side. He's almost assuredly going to start in the G League. He will pack G League arenas, merchandising, all of those make him an attractive player, whether it's late first round or second round. So I think certainly his opportunity to play in the NBA is there.
That is what we call pandering to LeBron James. Access from Woj to LeBron James. He didn't pack USC's arenas, and he lived there. He grew up there. His dad's a hero there. L.A. didn't pack them. 9,000-seat arena, they average maybe 6. What are you, crazy? Hell, at Bowling Green, we had a 5,000-seat arena, and when we were good, we averaged a little over 5,000. What are you talking about? That's just simply pandering. That's idiotic. Don't pander, just report. See, now I don't believe anything Woj says because he doesn't believe that. He knows there is nobody ever that's going to pack consistently, maybe one night on 10-cent beer night for the Texas Legends, maybe on 10-cent beer night somewhere they pack an arena, but it ain't to see Bronny James. Hey, Nick and Nick, did you get your Bronny James T-shirt? Did you get your Texas Legends T-shirt? I got two words for this. My ass. I lift the cheek to it. Bronny James, if he's good enough, is certainly going to get the opportunity. He's LeBron James' son. LeBron James, you got to understand something. Between Clutch Sports and the league, he basically right now runs it, which is why he will not retire, because the moment he retires, he ain't running it no more. So anybody that's telling you LeBron James is going to retire, it ain't happening. It's like when Bob Knight was still coaching. He didn't coach because he liked coaching. He liked it because it allowed him to be Bob Knight. And make no mistake, LeBron James' son isn't good enough to play in the NBA. He's not good enough to play in the G League. And he's not going to be in either league because he can sell that merch. He's not going to be in either league because he can draw a crowd. He's going to be in both leagues because somebody is going to acquiesce. There's going to be a deal made. LeBron's agent's very powerful. Look, draft Bronny, will help you with so-and-so free agent. And if you don't think that's how it works, then you just don't know. It's the reason colleges get these search firms. Colleges don't get search firms to hire a new coach because they want help hiring a new coach. They get search firms to help them with the next deal. Help us get into the Orange Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Peach Bowl, whatever bowl. Help us with the new AD. Help us get this deal done. It's all incestuous. That's the only reason Bronny James is going to be in the damn NBA or G League. It ain't talent. It ain't merch. It ain't freaking packed houses. It's simply a deal for another deal. Or it's to keep LeBron James in L.A. And to that point, LeBron James playing with his son would be awesome. LeBron James playing with his son, Bronny, and being coached by his little second son, the little weenie J.J. Redick, would be great, I suppose. But I got to tell you, if you're talking about winning, that ain't the formula. And we shall see, as my father used to say, what we shall see. But Woj, baby, come on, you got to be better than that. You have a reputation to uphold, and that reputation took a serious hit. You know, I got to tell you, I was asked to give a commencement speech at my high school, and I was awful. It's the worst speech I've ever given. I sweated it. I stole notes from Bob Knight. I tried everything, but I wasn't natural. I tried and tried and tried. I was horrible. I actually asked a year or so ago, hey, can I give it another shot? And I think they knew I was so bad, they would never do it. But I did it. I was bad. I feel bad about it. It's one of my life's, I don't know, regrets. Harrison Butker did not do that. Harrison Butker, the kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, gave a great speech. He took aim at President Biden in his commencement address at Benedictine College in Kansas City Saturday. He took aim at effeminate males. He took, some women think, aim at women, which is incredibly stupid. He pointed to Biden. Let's stay with Biden here initially. He pointed to Biden's delusional stance on abortion as a member of the Catholic faith. Here's Butker.
Bad policies and poor leadership have negatively impacted major life issues. Things like abortion, IVF, surrogacy, euthanasia, as well as a growing support for degenerate cultural values in media, all stem from the pervasiveness of disorder. Our own nation is led by a man who publicly and proudly proclaims his Catholic faith, but at the same time is delusional enough to make the sign of the cross during a pro-abortion rally. He has been so vocal in his support for the murder of innocent babies that I'm sure to many people, it appears that you can be both Catholic and pro-choice. He is not alone. From the man behind the COVID lockdowns to the people pushing dangerous gender ideologies onto the youth of America, they all have a glaring thing in common. They are Catholic. This is an important reminder that being Catholic alone doesn't cut it. These are the sorts of things we are told in polite society to not bring up. You know, the difficult and unpleasant things. But if we are going to be men and women for this time in history, we need to stop pretending that the Church of Nice is a winning proposition. We must always speak and act in charity, but never mistake charity for cowardice. It is safe to say that over the past few years, I've gained quite the reputation for speaking my mind. I never envisioned myself nor wanted to have this sort of a platform, but God has given it to me, so I have no other choice but to embrace it and preach more hard truths about accepting your lane and staying in it.
Yeah, see, everything offends everybody, and he's absolutely right about Biden, but you got to understand, Biden was brought up in the Baptist church, the Orthodox church. I think he even tried to drop being a little bit Serbian on us here a minute ago, but I digress. Butker also pissed off women by saying, hey, look, go get your career, but according to the women he's been around, their heart and their joy comes from being at home. And, of course, that is widely criticized. Every woman that has a career will tell you, oh, I wish I had a couple minutes, Jamie, some lady named Jamie Ertl, who's on Good Morning, football, which has apparently been canceled or on hiatus. She wants a piece of Butker. Yeah, well, I got to tell you, not everyone's going to think like you idiots, and everyone has their own experience. I'll tell you my experience. I had a mother, career, teacher. I have a wife, career, coach, ex-wife, career, counselor, sister, career, 25-year prosecutor, a sister-in-law, career, a real estate agent, all with great families, and all will tell you the same thing. Yeah, man, I worked my off to make my career go. I loved my career, but my heart was at my home. Now, I don't know if I can say that as a former coach. I wrestled with that all the time. Am I just using the excuse of, well, I'm the breadwinner. If we lose, we all lose, so I got to stay in this office longer, make some more calls, be distracted when I get home, because that's exactly what I was. I was all in on coaching. I think it was probably 60-40 as I think about it. Yeah, when I was home, I never missed a game. Coached my kid in the summer. Never, ever missed a school play. Nothing. Zero, zip. But was I home? Was I present? Don't know. Women do it different, at least the women that I know, and I just gave you 4 or 5. If you don't like it, tough. But stop with the, well, I'm a career woman. He's saying we shouldn't have a career. It's not what Butker said. He said your heart, his wife's heart, although she has a career, is at home. He's a better man because of her. He also said dudes should go out and be dudes. There's a book, Wild at Heart. John Etheridge, get your kid to read it, or maybe you should read it. It gives men permission to be men, which is weird, very weird. Why do men need permission to be men? Well, look around. Men, even at young ages, even at the school right over here, are being taught about gender identity and how to be feminine. They are. My friend who lives right here took his kids out of the school that lived right here because of that bullshit. No, men, get out there. Be men. The statistics dictate that you're at home. The statistics dictate that if you have a child with a woman, a dad at home significantly cuts the opportunity for that child to screw up. You know, President Obama said that during his presidency. He referenced the statistics of a fatherless home, and he was praised for it. When Tony Dungy, a conservative, did the exact same thing with the exact same statistics, guess what happened? The liberal, crazy-ass media jumped all over him. Why? Because Tony Dungy's conservative. Don't fall for it. Don't ever fall for it. Stay strong. Understand, this world needs men. Do we need rapists? No. Do we need criminals? No. That's not who men are. Those are cowards. We need men that stand up, men that protect their family, men that go to work every day, men that don't make excuses, men that, quite frankly, dress like frickin' men and act like frickin' men as an example. Now, you're going to tell me, well, my so-and-so, good for so-and-so. Yay, rot. Nothing against the LGTB, whatever the hell it is, community. Don't care who you're sleeping with. Don't care if you feel the need to be trans. I'm talking to the vast, vast majority of people. Men and young men out there that are concerned, if not afraid, to act accordingly. Look, I'm nothing. I literally, 500 coach in the MAC, had a bad to mediocre career at Indiana, but I've been attacked more than anybody in the history of this state non-politician division because of stances like this. And you know what? Screw them. I lift a cheek to them. Little cretins like our friend Creepy Greg Doyle and some other woman, mad, make stuff up. Who cares? Ultimately, it don't matter. You know what matters? How you look yourself in the mirror. Are you doing what's right for your family? Are you doing what's right for your children? Are you standing up? That's all that matters. Some little creeper, I'm glad you're here, ultimately exposes himself. Probably literally in Doyle's case, but figuratively in most cases. Don't fall for it. Butker is 100%, if not 1,000% right. Stand the hell up, men. Be present, men. Be men. Sports Illustrated used to be about men. Sports Illustrated, I was talking to Charlie on Charlie's show this morning, and I'm like, hey, look, my dad used to get a Playboy magazine in a brown paper bag. My mom didn't think that my brother and I knew. Of course we knew. What, are you crazy? Damn right. And he put it on his top drawer or top shelf in their closet. Wait, you nuts? A young boy could sniff out a Playboy like a dog sniffing a bone. And a Penthouse, by the way. Dear Penthouse. Yeah, that's right, Mom. I read them. Anyway, Sports Illustrated used to come. And the Playboy edition, right there in the opening. Cheryl Tiegs, Carol Alt. Are you kidding me? Christy Brinkley, Brooklyn Decker. Yeah, that's right. I remember, well, I guess the new Playboy has Gayle King on it. 69-year-old Gayle King. Look, I'm thinking she's pretty. I'm sure they airbrushed her to within an inch of her life. But who needs to see this? Nobody. I know it's wrong. I mean, Gayle King fits it all, right? African-American, woman. I don't know whether she's lesbian. I don't know. She's Oprah's friend. Who the hell knows? But the magazine is featuring Gayle King. Now, Gayle King is so unpopular that she and Charles Barkley, the most famous, the most popular announcer in sports, teamed up for a show on CNN. It lasted about as long as a sandwich in front of my fat ass, which isn't very long. Gayle King, who has lectured the country on all kinds of things. Gayle King, who is in person a biggin. She's sitting on the cover. Do we have the cover of Sports Illustrated? I hope we do. My God,
Never
man.
in a million years.
Hang
So
on.
I would be
Here
standing
comes
here
Gayle King.
in a bathing
Here comes.
suit.
Hold on.
Sports Illustrated. But
oh,
here
boy.
I am, which says to me that sometimes people can dream, God can dream, the universe can dream, a bigger dream than you can ever think for yourself. I would have never thought this was possible. This was nowhere on my bucket list. So I'm thinking maybe it was a dream that I didn't even know I wanted, because now that I'm here, I want it bad.
I think she looks pretty. But she ain't no Christy Brinkley. Good for her. All right. Good for her. Oprah's best friend, who wrote out on Oprah's coattails to the cover of Sports Illustrated, never thought anything like this would happen. My grandmother said to me, Mother Nature was not as kind to you as she was to other little girls. Maybe you need to start wearing makeup. I just never saw myself that way. I think Gayle King's pretty. In what is certainly a coordinated media deal with Viacom CBS, Gayle got the nod over Elle McPherson, Christy Brinkley, Bar Rafila. Have you seen the content bar it's been pumping out? She could have easily gotten in a bikini for the cover, but then it wouldn't have led to a 3-segment blitz on CBS this morning. Will then turn into a conversation between Gayle and Oprah, which will then turn into a segment on people body shaming Gayle, which will turn into a CBS think piece on the state of pop culture. Boy, Joe Kinsey is right about that. That's why OutKick's the best. We understand it. Look, I don't give a rat's ass anymore what Sports Illustrated does. I'm really speaking from a sense of nostalgia. I really am. Everybody had their own favorite model. Paulina Porizkova, Elle McPherson. We know the names. We've always known the names. I guess I'm just happy they didn't put Lizzo on there. I'm just happy they didn't put some dude with a beard and a bikini on there. That's the bar Sports Illustrated has sunk to. I guess Gayle King is better than that. There's a guy named Junior Bridgman, the richest former NBA player ever. I guess maybe not named Michael Jordan. Junior had the offer to buy Sports Illustrated. Thank you, Junior, for not buying Sports Illustrated. Or smart move, I should say, Junior, for not buying Sports Illustrated if you made you do that. But Junior's a wise man. If Elle McPherson was in her 60s, probably wouldn't have her on. There's a younger, more taught Elle McPherson. That's the route Sports Illustrated needs to go now and forever. A lot of people I care about their opinion, but some clown named Kenny Walker, who was a good running back at Michigan State. Seattle Seahawks running back Kenny Walker was good. Says NBA players wouldn't have an easy transition to the NFL. Kenny's a genius. Wow, that's deep, Kenny. Thank you. It's the other way around. Walker used his teammate, DK Metcalf, as a prime example of someone who could star in the NBA. Okay. No, I think there's definitely a few athletes in the NBA that can play in the league or try to play in the league, but I think it's the other way around. I feel like you can take NBA players and put them on the court. Well, you can't. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's an interesting argument, and it's one that has put Austin Rivers in the spotlight for no reason other than he broached it and people latched onto it. But DK Metcalf, 6'4". DK Metcalf has no chance to play. None, zero, zip, nada. He's too stiff. 6'4" athletes in the NBA are light. They can all shoot from 30. DK Metcalf is a muscle-bound, stiff guy, and Kenneth Walker has no idea. I'm not even sure why anybody would ask Kenneth Walker other than, I guess, the Seattle media. But no, I got to tell you, it ain't happening. Not even today, not tomorrow, not the next day. It ain't happening. There isn't one. Yeah, you can get on the court. Yeah, you can run up and down. Yeah, you can kick the ball out of bounds. Oh, wait, that was Caitlin Clark last night. Never mind. I like Caitlin Clark, so just shut up. I'm going to talk about her in a little bit. Transgender golfer, he had an attempt. Remember, he won a tournament earlier this weekend. He made an attempt, this is so ridiculous, to qualify for the U.S. Women's Open. It sparked outrage on social media. The organization has a gender policy. Golfers who transition from female to male or from male to female can't compete in women's events under certain conditions. The player has declared that her gender identity is female. Really? All right. Such declaration can't be changed for sporting purposes for a minimum of 4 years. That means you wake up one day, you want to play in an open, and you say, I'm a female. You got to stick to it for 4 years. Players must have undergone gender reassignment surgery. That's right. A gonadectomy, meaning no more Packy, no more balls, no more sausage. That's right. Prior to entry. Interesting. Here's what's interesting about that. Now that changes everything. I mean, look, nobody cuts their pee-pee off and their sticals off to play sports. It's a little bit deeper than that, and I understand it. Nobody. It is a laparoscopic is an operation to remove the gonads. I'm not kidding you. That got me. That made me a little squeamish. Anyway, let's continue. Must have gone a gonadectomy. The player must have undergone hormonal therapy, maintain testosterone level appropriate for the assigned sex in a verifiable manner and for a sufficient length of time to minimize gender-related advantages in sports competition as determined by the USGA consultation with its medical experts. There you go. Hey, look, show the picture, show the tweet. This is a dude. Hey, look, I don't know, man, but this is a dude. Seriously. Haley Davidson. This is a dude. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I see a little bit of a rack there, but let's make no mistake. That's a dude. Or an incredibly ugly woman, which, you know, there's ugly men right here, and there's ugly women. But I got to tell you, oops, that seems to be a dude. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe not. Here's the other one. Here's the other tweet on this. I will help. J.K. Rowling has gotten fed up with diatribes about how women should just shut up and let an entitled man who claims he is a woman take over all spaces in sports he feels he's entitled to, as enabled by publications like Rolling Stone, and it's only getting worse. Rolling Stone, bite me. J.K. Rowling's diatribe about trans people here on X have completely taken over her timeline, and they're only getting worse. Worse or better? Look, nobody gives a rat's ass, I don't think. I don't care. You want to be a transgender person and live your best life? Damn, I'm for you. I'll champion you. But not in sports. I'll go play with the men. You know my stance on this. I only say it 376 times a week. You want to play? There's the men's line. But I feel like a woman. Yeah, I feel like a fat guy. Go over there. But no. We're inclusive. We're letting you play. There's no problem. But I cut off my nads. Okay, I'm sure you did that for reasons other than sports. You get to play with the men. I don't know what to tell you. It seems really simple to me. But I'm a simpleton. Look at his face. This face isn't deep. There's no deep thoughts here. I live a simple life based on common sense. I'm a dude. I want to be a chick. Play with the men. I'm a chick. I want to be a dude. Play with the men. Inclusive. Everybody gets a chance. Didn't say they get a trophy. Didn't say they're going to win. Didn't say they can compete. Yes, they can. Right over there. With the men. Simple. Here we go. Bump a bump a bump a bump a bump bump a bump a bump a bump a bump. That is not the start of the Kentucky Derby. That's the start of the latest group yelling and screaming about race when there is nothing to yell and scream about. The latest, ladies and gentlemen, comes from the Ole Miss NAACP. The Ole Miss NAACP pulls a cowardly move after smearing students as racist despite not providing any evidence whatsoever. There is no evidence whatsoever except guys in overalls with the United States flag as the decorative overall singing the national anthem. That's all the Ole Miss NAACP has on these guys. Yet, the Ole Miss NAACP wants to smear them as racist. Here's the deal. Who cares? Hey, you want to smear them as racist? God bless you. You're going to do it anyway. But Bobby Barack and others are a little bit smarter than the Ole Miss NAACP. I mean, look, this coffee cup is smarter than the Ole Miss and actually tastes better, looks better, and in fact, I don't know the next one, so I'll move along, than the NAACP of Ole Miss. The campus NAACP charter has faced criticism after it accused Ole Miss students Rouse Boyce and Connor Moore of engaging in the use of racial slurs, intimidation, and vulgar behavior, and named the two as J.P. Staples as primary perpetrator of racist remarks and actions that constitute derogatory and offensive behavior. Moore and Boyce were very visible at an anti-American rally earlier in the month and went viral for pushing back against pro-Hamas side. Boyce became the de facto face of the pro-American side after blowing up online thanks to posts from Old Row and other popular online accounts. All right. Following the allegations, the two engaged in offensive and racist behavior. OutKick was the lone media outlet willing to ask for specifics and evidence. Oh, you're racist. Really? What'd I do? Here's the next part. Here's their answer about what did they do. The NAACP at the national, state, and local level refused to hand over any evidence against the two. Was it simply that they were energetically arguing with a black woman against their side? Well, that is racist. We're supposed to lay back, spread our legs, and take it. Whatever we as white people hear from a black person. Don't you know that? Arguing back is inherently racist. What a bunch of crap. What proof exists? Does any exist at all? We simply cannot get answers to any of these questions. I'm not surprised. The easiest thing in the world to do is claim racism. You are a racist. We get called it all the time here because we just don't go along with crap. That's right. OutKick asks why. What specific evidence do you have of racism? Well, he said slurs. Well, there's evidence that he didn't. BYU case. And whatever happened to that idiot, Patrick Beverly? Well, I was told some crazy things by Indiana fans. Yeah? What happened with that? We'll see. I mean, let's be honest. It's all crap. It's like that Asia Wilson, the idiot basketball player for the Las Vegas, whatever they're called. She's not smart enough, like golfers when Tiger Woods came in, to understand that Caitlin Clark has already impacted the WNBA. What did she do? She's dumb enough to say racism. Okay, Asia Clark, you just fell in a bucket with every other moron walking around this country. See, white golfers fell into it too. When Tiger Woods came aboard, white golfers were jealous, just like Asia Wilson, not Clark. Asia Wilson is jealous of the attention Caitlin Clark got. But like Asia Wilson back in the day, the white golfers didn't understand. Tiger Woods, bigger purses. Tiger Woods, more attention. Tiger Woods, bigger galleries. Tiger Woods, more sponsorship for everyone. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. Now, Tiger Woods is like a patriarch, a dirty, stinking, sniveling, hey, I'm going to look up your girlfriend's dress, patriarch, but a patriarch nonetheless. And Asia Wilson, who immediately, like the Mississippi NAACP, did the same thing as those white golfers. It's racism. It's this. Really? Asia, you're on commercial flights thanks to one person, Caitlin Clark. Brittany Griner had a problem in an airport. Everyone went, yeah, well, you'll be all right. Caitlin Clark had a problem in an airport. Hey, man. Hey, whoa. We got to get commercial flights. One, Griner certainly helped Clark and the WNBA players' argument, but the bottom line is, Asia, baby, sit back and enjoy the ride. It ain't about race. It's about being a great player in college, the number one pick, all-time leading scorer that plays with a flair and an incredible, emotional, competitive. Who's that like? Tiger Woods. Worked out well for everybody. All right, Slick Nick is sitting there. He's, I don't know, he's the Johnny Cash of freaking guys. But I got to ask you, Slick Nick, you are celebrating, I know last night, the Knicks' victory. But I must ask,
right.
Would you go to a G League game to just watch Bronny James, and would you buy the merch?
No, because I have no draw to Bronny James. I have no draw to whatever G League team that is. What is it? The Texas Legends? Yeah, I've got no draw to that. I wouldn't even go to, say, like a Yankees game and buy like a Juan Soto jersey, even though he's repping New York City. So, like, Bronny is what? Say he goes to the Lakers. I wouldn't waste my money on that. I'd rather go to the bar and get a $20 drink than a $20 shirt.
Do you? Yeah. Yeah, and that's just a light beer. That's just a Mick Ultra, man. I mean, $20, that's it. That's all.
No, I mean, yeah, probably, but go ahead.
All right. Are you celebrating the Knicks' big win last night, or was that, or is this one of those things where, you know what, we're used to it. We got one more. Pacers suck. They're soft. Let's move it along. Let's get this series over in Indianapolis because we're just better. Period.
No, I'm not celebrating it just yet because anything can happen in Game 6, and we saw what happened in Game 4. In Indianapolis. But the one thing I will say is, though, if the Knicks do end up, God willing, if they do end up making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I looked up the stats to the regular season game against the Celtics, and they went 1-for-5 against the Celtics, and every single game was, I think, every loss rather was plus 12 in favor of the Celtics. So I'm not celebrating just yet. I'll celebrate after they do clinch. And then, because that'll be it for me, because I don't think they'll last in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics. They're just too good. Plus, I think like Kristaps Porzingis will have like some sort of like, revenge tour against the Knicks for trading him. I don't know.
Yeah, if he plays. All right, Caitlin Clark. Did you watch any of Caitlin Clark last night?
No. I didn't. I was talking to the big boss over here. He said he watched it. He said it was the most boring game in the world. And I considered putting it on. I was just like, I don't want to waste my time. I watched enough of her in college. She did great. And then I looked at the props, and then I looked at the stats after the game, 10 turnovers. I was just like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't waste my time. I didn't need to see somebody.
I'm not going to lie to you.
All in between the rim and the backboard.
I got to tell you.
Did you watch
I love Lynn Dunn, the general manager. I like Caitlin Clark. I think she's terrific. But that's a tough watch. That's a tough watch, ladies and gentlemen.
Was that bad?
It was. I watched the first. What did I watch? I watched the first. Well, I watched the first half. Turned on the game. Turned it back. Turned on the Knicks Pacers. Turned it back when there was timeouts. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about this one. I'm anxious to see if this is going to sustain itself. So the question becomes, if you lived in Indiana, would you get a Caitlin Clark jersey?
I wouldn't get a jersey. I'd get a T-shirt, though. I'd cut the sleeves off, and I'd wear it to the gym.
You would?
That's what I would do. Yeah, I would, 100%. If she got drafted by the Liberty, I'd buy a Liberty shirt, 100%. But it would be like my gym shirt. Yeah, 100%.
I tell you what, I may have to send you one, and we may go sleeveless Friday with you. We may go. I'm gonna try to send one out there.
If you do that, I will 1,000%. I will rip the sleeves off in a heartbeat. I am very good at making those dicky tank tops out of like old T-shirts, where you just take the scissors and just slice them off. I'm very good at that. So if you want sleeveless Fridays,
we try to cater to a female. We may have to go sleeveless Friday with you, not me. I mean, no one needs to see my side boobs.
No, if I got to do
nobody
it,
needs to see that at all. So
if I do it, you got to do it.
Not a chance. No, not a chance. Zero chance. No. No, I mean, just hairy and fat and ridiculous. No. I'm better with big clothes, a parka, in dark lighting. Like really dark lighting. Then I look good.
If I do the sleeveless, then you got to do the Thursday night mowing league polo. How about that?
All right, fair enough. I'll do that. Oh, I love that polo. Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah.
Good deal.